Today on the 23rd of July 2026, UBC News Tonight is coming to you live from the Nile Avenue with me, Sharon Kyomugisha. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll take a look at our top stories of the day. Tonight, government launches mandatory National Cleaning Day. Police receives 4 new water vessels to enhance marine safety. Tonight, the government has announced a mandatory National Cleaning Day exercise to be conducted every Saturday at the end of every month. The National Cleaning Day exercise will start on the 25th of July on Saturday this week. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabbanja, announced this national program today at her office in Kampala.
For 3 hours, let Uganda stop and clean. I repeat, for 3 hours, let Uganda stop and clean. During this time, all businesses shall remain closed.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabbanja, announcing a mandatory National Cleaning Day exercise today.
The National Cleaning Days initiative runs under the slogan, "A clean Uganda is everybody's responsibility." The initiative establishes the last Saturday of every month from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. as a National Cleaning Day, during which all Ugandans are expected to participate in community cleaning activities. This supersedes the earlier communication of 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. During this period, all members of the public are expected to participate in organized community cleaning activities within their neighborhoods, including cleaning markets, schools.
The government has directed the local council leaders to mobilize all Ugandans to participate in the exercise.
In particular, I direct the LC 1, LC 2, LC 3 chairpersons, parish chiefs, and LC 5 chairpersons to mobilize the population and identify critical areas for cleaning. The National Cleaning Days initiative does not replace our daily responsibility to maintain cleanliness in our homes and the whole environment.
The LOCs are community leaders, but they are also part of the community. But also it's specifically mentioned in their functions that 1, they must implement government policy. 2, they must participate in the community self-help projects. And therefore, it ties within their existence, it ties within the existing Local Government Act, Section 49. And so this will come as part of their actual routine activities.
The Prime Minister announced sanctions to whoever fails to comply with the set guidelines of the National Cleaning Day.
Participating in the National Cleaning Days initiative is a civic responsibility and is not optional. Any person who fails to comply with lawful public health notices, creates or maintains a public nuisance, illegally dumps or improperly disposes of waste, or obstructs public health officials or any other authorized officer in the execution of their duties, violates the National Cleaning Days implementation guidelines without lawful exemption, shall be liable to enforcement action in accordance with the Public Health Act, the Local Government Act, the National Environment Act, applicable local government authority bylaws and ordinances, and other relevant laws. Unnecessary movements of persons and vehicles is strictly prohibited during the 3 hours of cleaning activities. Exemptions will only be made for genuine emergencies and essential vehicles such as ambulances, fire and rescue services and security operations. I urge all motorists, businesses and members of the general public to plan accordingly.
So we have capacity to enforce arising from what we did during the COVID. We were able to enforce. So our capacity is not doubted. But this is not what our interest is. Ours is just to ensure we regulate so that this program is done in a very peaceful, amicable environment.
According to the Minister of Health, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, the exercise will help Ugandans in reducing the country's disease burden.
There are very many illnesses, many diseases which we shall prevent. You know, diseases whose transmission is facilitated by filth, dirt, and lack of hygiene. So basically, we would want to appeal to Ugandans to appreciate that this is for the good of all of us. If we allow bushes around our homes, if we allow stagnant water to collect around our homes, those are the breeding grounds for mosquitoes.
Mandatory and every Saturday at the end of the month, which starts this Saturday. In more stories, the Electoral Commission has conducted women council elections across all the villages countrywide. Now, the exercise shows a higher voter turnout as the ruling NRM party dominates Kasese district. Philip Aguta was in Kasese and reports.
Angelina. The election process for the Women's Council started at 9 a.m. with verification of voters by reading out their names one after the other. The verification exercise took between 2 or 3 hours depending on the number of voters in a particular village or how peaceful or early the voters complied. After the verification, it was time for the voters to line up behind their candidate of the choice. Then the polling agents had to count the votes. In Kasese municipality, Kilembe cell and railway cells, the women turned up in big numbers to participate in the election. The contestants were mainly on NRM and FDC tickets where NRM won majority of the positions. We are here in Chirembe village, and NRM has performed very, very well by sweeping all the five positions. Same as Chidodo, these 2 villages are strongholds of the opposition. But today, we are very excited that we are able to win them because of the massive mobilization of the party. The NRM Electoral Commission Commissioner Jane Alisemera Babiha welcomed the wins and says it's good for the party for better service delivery.
This election is very important for NRM because we start from the grassroots. When we have the mothers of this nation, beginning from down, that means we are going up, and you know, it is the women who vote more than the men. And we vote NRM, they love NRM. And then if we are to move our programs of NRM, we should go through the chairpersons of NRM, the chairperson of women. So women are dedicated. You can even see the PDM, the women are doing better than the men. So this one.
Although FDC won fewer positions within Kasese district, they didn't lose hope and even celebrated the fewer wins. Robert Centenary, FDC vice chairperson for Western Uganda, says he's happy with their performance since they didn't spend money and yet secured some positions.
These elections are local elections. They're not supposed to have any influence from the powers that be. You don't need to invest money in a local council election, a women council election at that. So, for me, I think it was a very good fight. We have not been declared, but we are victorious.
The election results from the parishes will be transferred to the returning officer of every district, and the candidates will receive their official results from the Electoral Commission. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kasese.
Thank you so much, Philip Aguta. Now, the Chief of Defence Forces, CDF of Uganda, People's Defence Forces General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, today hosted a delegation from the International Committee of the Red Cross at the Special Forces Command Headquarters. The ICRC delegation was led by Mr. Kedir Awol Omar, head of the ICRC regional delegation, and included Ms. Barbara Rizoli, Deputy Head of Delegation, and Ms. Patricia Bako, Head of Prevention in charge of Uganda. During the engagement, the ICRC delegation briefed the CDF on their ongoing operations, including efforts to facilitate the return of detainees, prisoners of war to their home countries, restore family links, and reunite families displaced by war and conflict. The ICRC delegation also requested the government of Uganda to consider establishing a national commission on international humanitarian law. On his part, the CDF commended the ICRC for its decades of humanitarian work in Uganda, across the region and globally. General Muhoozi Kainerugaba specifically recognized the ICRC's efforts in supporting post-conflict rehabilitation and providing direct relief to victims of conflict, noting that their work significantly contributes to saving lives and reducing human suffering. The CDF reassured the delegation of the UPD's full commitment to providing the necessary support, access, and cooperation to enable the smooth implementation of their humanitarian mission. Police force has strengthened its marine operations with the acquisition of 4 new water vessels aimed at improving water patrols, search and rescue missions across the country's major water bodies. The Inspector General of Police, Abbas Byakagaba, has advised marine officers to use the vessels responsibly and intensify efforts against illegal activities on water. However, Marine Police Commander Kirungi Sulaiman says that gaps in communication systems and marine infrastructure continue to hinder effective operations, calling for more support, as Ivan Kawa reports.
These things are too fast.
The Uganda Police Force has received 4 new marine vessels to strengthen water patrols, search and rescue operations across the country. The newly acquired vessels are designed for speed, versatility and efficiency, making them suitable for both security and rescue missions while remaining easy to maintain.
Because it has a very good space that where the rescued persons can be put. The material is made of high-density polyethylene, which material is suitable for our waters. It is maintenance-free, easy to clean, and it has a very long life.
The Commandant of the Marine Police, Sulaiman Kirungi, says the new vessels will significantly improve operational capacity and response to emergencies on water.
These vessels are very big enablers.
The Marine Police had 315 personnel with 100 police probational constables recently deployed to reinforce marine operations. Despite the boost, the force continues to face challenges, including inadequate docking facilities and an ineffective communication system, all of which are critical for timely rescue operations.
Especially deep down the waters, where sometimes these normal networks can't work well. So even when we go for rescue, communicating to the base becomes a challenge. So we really need an improved communication system that can enable us to reach wherever we need to reach.
Director of Operations AIGP Frank Mwesigwa says that the acquired vessels will be deployed on Lake Choga, Victoria and Edward as the police await delivery of 5 additional vessels under this financial year, bringing the total to 9.
And these boats are going to be deployed, one in Butiaba, in Ntoloko, Lorwe Island in Namaingo, and one will remain at the base. The one of Butiaba will support the oil and gas activities along Lake Albert, and then once we acquire the other 5 remaining, we shall cover other areas across the country. Gun, it is going to be mounted with a gun, and it is very stable in that it can hold the vibrations of whichever gun you put, and therefore, we've been having challenges on Lake Albert. It's very volatile in terms of security. So with the boats deployed there, we promise that we shall handle the enemy forces decisively.
Inspector General of Police Abasi Kagabas urged marine officers to use the vessels responsibly and intensify efforts against illegal activities on water.
It should not just be only enforcement. We need to sensitize our people. The best case scenario is not to have our people getting involved in criminality, not waiting for them to get involved and then we jump at them. I would like to encourage you to seriously do that, and that should be our very serious disposition. Don't do what is not in the books. Don't experiment, because we can't afford to lose these critical assets. Do what.
He also revealed plans to establish a marine police training school to professionalize marine policing and strengthen specialized training within the country.
Just as we are looking at Vustema University, that means we shall move at its pace if we continue like that. So my proposal is to fast track the establishment of a marine training school or institute so that we can move at our pace. And those who will have remained behind, we shall help also to move together with them.
Moving forward, the Police High Command says it will prioritize improved accommodation, training and logistical support for marine officers.
Now these developments come at a time when Uganda will join the rest of the world to celebrate the World Drowning Prevention Day on the 25th of July 2026 as the authorities seek to strengthen water safety and emergency response nationwide. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News at the Uganda Police Force Marine Headquarters in Chigu.
Thank you so much, Ivan Kawa, for the updates, and congratulations to the police for the new acquired boats that would help in case of any emergencies. Now we'll take a short commercial break, and after the break we'll be back with Miss Laura Bahemuka, the head SME and retail products of Pearl Bank, to basically discuss what has transpired, what has changed, and the achievements or what they're looking forward to offering Ugandans since they shifted and moved from Post Bank to Pearl Bank Uganda.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima gukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, enendungu ya kusabula. Mikono juu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
Makerere Institute for Social Development, a certified institution for higher learning, invites applicants for certificates and diploma courses like accounting and finance, procurement, journalism, tailoring and fashion design, with many other skills-tailored courses.
Our institution is compliant. First of all, it is recognized by National Council for Higher Education. We are certified. The registration number is UBB 187.
Tested and tried since 1995, Makerere Institute for Social Development is your solution when it comes to quality education.
You may apply for January, May, August intakes. Find us along Sir Apollo Kagwa Road, opposite Makerere University Sports Ground, Art tuition is affordable with a state-of-art facilities. Early birds stand a chance to grab themselves bursaries. MISD or Makerere Institute for Social Development, facilitating your career.
We don't need anyone's permission to move forward. What we need is the power to do it our way. Spiro is not your typical EV company. It's the power grid for African ambition. A network that connects Nairobi to Kigali, Lagos to Lome, Dar to Kampala. Not with cables and wires, but with clean, quiet, relentless movement. This is Africa, powered by us.
What if accessing government services became easier, faster, and closer to you? Introducing Service Uganda Centers, a new initiative designed to bring key government services closer to the people under one convenient location. Less movement from office to office, less unnecessary travel, better access to services and information. At the Service Uganda Centers, citizens will be able to access national ID services, passport processing, business registration, land and revenue services, and more, all in one convenient location. Whether you are in the city or up country, Service Uganda Centers are being designed with you in mind. Enjoy faster service, professional guidance, and a seamless customer experience. This is an initiative of the Government of Uganda, digitally powered by the National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITA, under the Uganda Digital Acceleration Project Government Network. Service Uganda Centers, bringing services closer to the people.
There's a new way to keep your breath fresh all day. Introducing Movit All Day Toothpaste, meant to give you powerful night gum defense and teeth whitening. The charcoal flavor gives you deep cleansing and power stain removal. And the herbal delivers natural strength for healthy, confident smiles. Choose Movit All Day Toothpaste and enjoy freshness all day.
Every life begins in a moment like this. Certain, planned, full of promise. For us, it's a bold ambition to make lives better. Because somewhere, someone is stepping into a world of work for the first time with the confidence that their retirement is taken care of. We make dreams possible. From owning homes to scaling businesses. And when health takes an unexpected turn, help is there when it's needed most. And because legacies matter, what people build does not end with them. It's passed on. We value moments with go-getters, bold dreamers and believers. Different paths, different rhythms, with one shared belief that financial freedom is within reach. For 40 years, we've made lives better and fueled Uganda's economy. Through careful investment, we have supported businesses, created jobs, and backed our nation. To us, it's more than saving. It's believing in effort, in patience, in possibility. It's making lives better. We believe in you, in us, and in Uganda.
NSSF, 40 years of making lives better.
The parent is Tuliahemwa Dixon. And the child is Tuliahemwa Esther.
Kambera gwete Kyomugisha ngo ishe watujyahemwa Esther wahangura school fees ngene na hateja shana amashemerwa gonka MTN momo eberewo mbeni nyegasta igana kaga ni 5 sta munana 0 hash kushashuro mwana school fees tokoma nyo muchisheri zagwije wanje ninga nchaka ni kubasa kuzo wawe mwebare munonga
The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todwong, on behalf of the NRM National Chairman, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, congratulates all NRM village chairpersons and women council flag bearers who were elected to contest in village elections. In the same spirit, the NRM Secretary General reminds all party supporters across the country to note and massively participate in the following important activities. On Wednesday, the 22nd of July 2026, all NRM supporters are reminded to attend barazas in their villages for final mobilization. On Thursday, the 23rd of July, women above 18 years are to elect women council committees in all villages across the country, while voting for village chairpersons will take place on Tuesday, the 28th of July 2026. Please note, all flag bearers of NRM, LC1 chairpersons and women councils are reminded that from the 11th to the 14th of July 2026 is their endorsement by parish registrars, while nomination by the National Electoral Commission is scheduled for the 15th to the 19th of July 2026. We have seen what peace and stability under the NRM government can do. Vote for NRM flag bearers. Vote for progress.
In Uganda, mornings don't begin with sunrise. They begin with courage. One man, one factory that has refused to stay silent. With one spark of courage, a chain of prosperity begins.
We are together. We rise together.
When one Ugandan stands up, the nation moves. Pearl Bank. Grow. Prosper.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. We still continue with UBC News tonight, but for now we have a guest in studio with us from Pearl Bank who's going to later on go ahead to tell us a little bit about Pearl Bank, since it's now celebrating 1 year. It's now 1 year since Postbank Uganda rebranded to Pearl Bank, a move that bank says reflects a renewed vision for financial inclusion, digital banking and supporting businesses across Uganda. But beyond the new name and identity, you know, what has changed for customers? What do they offer that the previous bank or whatever is other banks do not really offer? So joining me for this discussion is Ms. Laura Bahemuka, the head MSME and retail products, Pearl Bank. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sharon, and thank you for having me.
How is your evening?
Not bad at all. Happy to be here.
Thank you for coming through. So I know you're celebrating 1 year. I'm actually a customer. Yes, and I would want to start with, after the transition from Postbank to Pearl Bank, I was charged an amount for a new ATM card, I guess, to transition through. Why would a customer be charged for that if it's the bank rebranding?
Okay. Good evening to our esteemed viewers. Thank you, Sharon, for having us. You are charged because you are experiencing something new. And that shouldn't be a crime, but need to understand whether the card was expired.
It hadn't expired
yet. It hadn't expired yet. How is the
My
new
15K
experience?
had me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But you're going to enjoy the new experience.
Really?
So the rebrand comes with so many good things that you're going to enjoy. Some of them, including the card you will pay for only 15,000, but it's for your experience, really.
Moving on from that, I'd want to also understand why Pearl. You know, at first it was a different bank, but now why Pearl as the name?
So in June last year, 2025, our shareholders approved the name change to Pearl from Postbank. And so for very many reasons. Pearl, as you know, is comes from Uganda being the pearl of Africa. So it was a natural choice really on why pearl. If you ask me why pearl, it's because Uganda is the pearl of Africa, and Pearl Bank is an indigenous bank. It is homegrown. It is boo-boo by Uganda, build Uganda. It is Ugandan. And for that, we changed the logo and the colors, but we remained with the same heart. We love Ugandans. We wanted to keep serving Ugandans, but we wanted to affiliate and associate more with the brand Uganda.
Okay. Yes. Also, being 1 year into the business after the rebrand, I would want to know what you're bringing to the table, what you've offered customers that is different from what Postbank was offering then.
Key to note, two things drive everything we do.
Okay.
One is we make sure every Ugandan can access affordable, secure financial services. But also, we want to support Ugandan businesses to grow and scale, but also create jobs. So the offering extends from agriculture to trade to anything business. It extends to, so you'll find us giving solutions like working capital, trade finance solutions, the agricultural value chain all the way from production, from farm to fork. Pearl Bank will work with you. So the offering, the CVPs are enormous for the Ugandans. Yes.
There's a joke that was around Postbank. It was it was called Bankia Balimi. I know it may be different now, but I'm wondering why, again, I think that's a beautiful slogan of sorts, or even a brand to have, because that means you're going to the roots, of Ugandan businesses. Who else are you able to help? Because I know many kinds of people walk into the bank for loans for all these products. So who are some of your customers, and who can actually come and engage with you to get these products?
And I just want to start from where I say Bankia Balimi. I think we have solidly put our name out there. We are known to be the agri financial partner. And why? Last year, Aseli Africa named us the best, or Uganda's best agri SME lender. For that reason, and we have grown about 24% within the year in the agriculture sector. But that doesn't mean, as much as we are Bankia Balimi, we don't serve the rest. So small businesses, women, youth, PWDs, traders, anyone in business who needs finance, we are the right person to come to. We're the right bank to come to. So we do not. We get out of agriculture and do trade, do trade finance, do everything else around education, oil and gas. You'll find us across the sectors.
Okay.
Yes.
While we talk about Pearl Bank, one of the things that also stands out is the fact that you guys stand on fostering prosperity to Ugandans.
Yes.
What does that really mean for any Ugandan out there?
And just picture a maize farmer in a place as remote as maybe, let me say, somewhere in Rakai. And through our agri-value chain, she gets credit of the agri-inputs. Then we will give her time until her harvest, she harvests. But when she harvests, she gets to sell to a contracted buyer who pays her straight into the Pearl Bank account. So see how the value chain works. And then right after there, she can pay school fees on the Pearl Bank app at her convenience. She doesn't have to move. But she can also save on her Wendy wallet. See how that works? So we are doing so many things within a value chain. So we will work with you, like I said, all the way from your production, and we'll sort all the needs around that particular farmer. So when we say fostering prosperity for Uganda, it means we walk the journey with you on your journey to prosperity.
Many banks will say that as well, and Pearl Bank is saying this, celebrating 1 year, but many people still find it hard to access these loans. Whether it's the farmer, it's the lady who has a small salon, it's somebody out there that has a business and maybe doesn't bring in so much capital of, oh my God, the turnover is what, maybe 10 million or something. So what for you do you then make different? Because you've existed before, there's a rebrand. Other people have existed. Why should I choose Pearl Bank over Stanbic and Chartered and all these other banks?
So Pearl Bank has categorized its customers and tailored solutions to fit each category of customers. So you will find me doing a women customer value proposition, and speaks to the woman needs really. Things like she doesn't have security, she has a very small business, she doesn't want to leave her small enterprise to go to and line up in any other bank. I have a solution for that. So you'll find I have digital solutions to cater for her needs. But you also find me doing, for example, serving the micro customers. What are their needs? Little documentation, they probably have no records. I'll also serve the SMEs who are bigger and their needs. So it's like an ecosystem. So money moves, I follow the money. Money moves through the entire value chain, and you'll find me at each point of that. But I also give financial clinics. I hold financial clinics and, you know, take my customers through what they need to do at each step of wherever they are in their businesses. At each step, I'll tell you how to move next, how to partner with me and move you to the next level. So that sets me apart from other institutions.
I like the sound of that, tailoring according to your customers.
Yes.
I think that makes better sense of it. And still amongst your biggest customers is women.
Yes.
And you have offers like the Grow Loan for women entrepreneurs, and education financing for families. But in a market where several banks are offering similar products, you know, what makes Pearl Bank Solutions stand out?
Okay, like I just said, the solutions are tailored to particular, it's not cast in stone. So I will listen to what your need is, study it and work with you. So you get chance to choose exactly what it is you want me to do with you on your journey to growth.
So how are you making money? Or how are you existing?
You
as a bank,
making money.
Because it looks like you're giving me more.
I believe in sustainability as a bank. So if I don't serve you at that point, I cannot go with you, and in the future I don't have you. So why don't I start you from the beginning and walk the journey with you?
Interesting. Yeah. You spoke about apps, so the Pearl Bank app and Wendy. And one thing that I also know as a customer is that once you're trying to get a loan, you're actually told to get the Wendy app, which is mandatory. Why is it mandatory?
Okay, so again, sustainability, but also look at where the world is going. And how you as our customers have actually embraced digital, the digital trend. So you will notice, even when I have 59 branches, I have a very big audience, or I have a very big clientele on the digital front. So what does that mean? Why I ask you to get the Wendy app is for your convenience. I'm trying to sell you convenience. I'm trying to sell you affordability. I'm trying to walk with you on the journey to the digital transformation. So what does that mean? When you're onboarded on the Wendy app, you get to save, you get to move money, you get to borrow some amounts of money at your convenience to pay back without going through the traditional banking requirements.
Okay.
Yes.
When you speak about products and saying that, you know, the Pearl Bank products are competitive, does that translate more into affordable borrowing? So, or is that advantage found elsewhere? When you talk about, so you're talking about how these products are competitive, they offer services, clinical, what did you call it?
Financial
clinics to all these customers. But when I'm borrowing, how are you competitive, or how is it easier on your end and I should choose Pearl Bank more than other people?
Okay, again, tailored to meet you. And I'll give you an example. We have some of the products that we have that don't require even interest rate. Why? The margins that you make off are either small, or even if I charge you an interest rate, it wouldn't make sense to you. So I'll propose and say, why don't we share our margin? Why don't you give me about 6.5% on that margin, so I don't charge you an interest rate? Why? It's short term. It's the nature of the business. So like I said, it's tailored to meet your need. It's tailored to meet your demand. It's tailored for you to suit what it is that you want to do.
I think I feel like I knew the bank, but now I feel like I need to find out more about the product.
You're now our ambassador.
Yes. So as Pearl Bank marks 1 year since the rebrand, what should customers expect over, expect over the next year, and what would success look like when we have this conversation again?
So expect better service, like the Pearl itself. We usually say pearls represent purity. They represent wisdom. They represent wealth. So that is exactly what we are doing to our customers. We are ensuring that we will walk with you the journey to growth. And I think you've had our logo, or our brand says, grow, prosper. So that is what you would expect. Expect to grow with us, expect to prosper with Pearl Bank.
Thank you so much. Any last remarks?
Yes, I want to say thank you, a heartfelt thank you and greetings from Pearl Bank to our customers. Thank you for working with us. We are expecting and waiting for more of you to come through. Thank you to our customers. Thank you to our staff and our management for ensuring that this works. We will make sure that you grow and prosper with Pearl Bank. We have 59 branches as of now, so you can reach out to us in any of our across the country. You can reach out through any of our branches. You can contact us on our social media handles, but you can also call us. The contacts are there as well. So we are expecting you. We are waiting for you to serve you. Grow, prosper with Pearl Bank.
Pearl Bank, where products are designed and tailor-made for their customers. Thank you so much, Ms. Laura Bahemuka. That was the head MSMEs and Retail Products Pearl Bank. They just celebrated a year, and she's been telling us about the success of the bank and the future. We move on to more stories tonight, where the Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited and the Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited that have announced that the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Transmission System Improvement Project has reached 90% completion. The update follows the inspection of the project by both entities to assess the progress of ongoing works aimed at strengthening electricity transmission across the Greater Kampala Metropolitan area. Details follow.
The Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited and the Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited have assured the affected communities by the ongoing works in the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Transmission System Improvement Project that the project is in its final stages.
Right now there are ongoing works which we hope to complete next month on the 8th August. The conductor replacement around Kampala metropolitan area. Now this is the center of Kampala. So these lines are 3 lines. We have a line connecting Kampala North, where we are, I would say Mulago to Lugogo.
The project is designed to improve the reliability and capacity of the electricity transmission network, serving Kampala and surrounding areas where lines are too old to meet electricity demand.
The only way we can cope and ensure reliability in terms of supply is to enhance the grid so that we don't have maybe issues such as load shedding and the like. What is happening is that the lines, much as they look the same, the capacity has gone up, and we shall be able to wheel much more power over these lines.
The reconductoring of key 132 kV transmission lines require planned power outages to guarantee the safety of workers and protect the integrity of the national grid.
As you've heard, the project is in the last stage. It should be done by 8th of August. And while it is temporary pain, we do know that we'll get a better, longer-lasting solution after this. It really targets improved reliability, improved efficiency, and also sustainability for the sector. So we just want to thank our customers for the patience.
Customers experiencing temporary power interruptions are assured of the long-term benefits, including improved power stability and improved connection capacity.
It's true we communicate outage windows, and quite often we've been overshooting those windows. This is one area we are looking at with a view to improve, at least to ensure we remain in the communicated outage window so that the customers are able to plan accordingly.
Once completed as expected by 8th of August 2026, the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Transmission System Improvement Project is expected to increase transmission capacity from 80 MVA to 200 MVA, which will improve grid resilience. Abdul Nasili Lubwama for UBC.
Abdul Nasir Luwama. Now, Ugandans across the country turned up in large numbers to participate in today's elections, with voting generally proceeding peacefully and electoral officials reporting smooth operations in most of the areas. Despite a few isolated challenges, the exercise was largely successful, reflecting strong public participation in the democratic process. Our reporter has compiled highlights from different parts of the country.
From early morning checks
to the final ballot count, today's elections were characterized by high voter turnout and generally peaceful participation across the country. In Nansana municipality, the polls were marked by decisive victories, celebrations and concerns raised by some candidates over the conduct of the electoral process. Across Kira municipality, UBC visited polling centers in Bwegirere, Kasokoso, Chireka, Namgongo and Luganda, where leaders described the exercise as peaceful and well organized. Despite isolated attempts by a few individuals to disrupt the process, security personnel responded swiftly to restore order and ensure voting continued smoothly.
Kubasingo maaga abakyala neyanziza nnyo neyanzegge sigenda komoko nja kwongera okukolagana wamu nammwe n'okutambulira wamu nammwe mu buli nsonga yonna akyala bonna amakulu gasanga teri kwebaka tulina kukola ate nga tukola ne tubeezaawo famire zaffe.
In Entebbe Municipality and Katavi Town Council, elections were conducted peacefully, with voters turning up to elect their grassroots leaders. The National Resistance Movement (NRM) won the majority of the contests, while newly elected leaders pledged to combat domestic violence and mobilize women to benefit from government poverty eradication programs.
I just want to thank the government for today, because we have been waiting for this day to see that women can participate in elections to elect their leaders in women councils.
Education is key. Education is key, and during my campaigns I have been emphasizing this point. I think that's one of the reasons as to why the women of Mpalasel came in big numbers today morning to assign me that responsibility.
In Mbarara City, polling stations recorded peaceful, orderly and largely incident-free elections, with voters exercising their democratic right in a calm environment.
The presiding officers have done their work, and security was there, the names were read. Though they had issues here and there, at the end of it all, they managed to vote.
Meanwhile, Masinde district registered a relatively low voter turnout, with some candidates reportedly missing from the voters register, creating mixed reactions among voters.
But the exercise has been a little fair, though the problem is that the turnout of people has been low.
In Fort Portal City, voter turnout was also low, particularly because many candidates contesting women council positions were unopposed. Nevertheless, voting in other villages was successfully conducted. In Mukono municipality, the exercise experienced delays during voter verification, with opposition leaders expressing concerns over alleged underage voters. In Busia district, the Women Council elections were successfully conducted, with the ruling National Resistance Movement (NRM) securing the majority of the seats. According to the results announced by the Electoral Commission, the NRM won 159 seats, Independents secured 8 seats, while the National Unity Platform (NOP) won 4 seats.
Chairperson, Kulina Ndomuhai Amron Hilda, Niono.
In Gulu City, many voters described the elections as free and fair, despite a few isolated incidents. Gulu City returning officer Mike Juku attributed the reported irregularities in some villages to what he described as attempts by a few individuals to interfere with the electoral processes.
We've had some hiccups in some areas, and this is partially because, I should say, greed, where somebody thinks is the one to go through, not any other person.
Charity Marion Imnat, reporting for UBC News.
Thank you, Imnat. Period poverty remains a major barrier to education, with campaigners calling for the increased government funding and stronger policies to improve menstrual health management in schools. Advocates say the high cost of sanitary pads, poor sanitation facilities, and persistence surrounding menstruation continue to affect thousands of girls, particularly in rural and peri-urban communities.
Period poverty remains a major barrier to education, with campaigners calling for increased government funding and stronger policies to improve menstrual health management in schools. Advocates say the high cost of sanitary pads, poor sanitation facilities and persistent stigma surrounding menstruation continue to affect thousands of girls, particularly in rural and peri-urban communities.
And we're also seeing some of the schools don't have provisions for water, places where these girls can change. We have seen those that are telling us how schools are having toilets where boys and girls are sharing toilets. So you find that a girl cannot be able to continue with attending school for those days when she's into her menstruation. But also the cost of the pad. You're seeing that the cost of the pad is exorbitantly high. Right now, the least packet of pads goes for about 2,500 shillings, which is expensive.
In some cases, girls reportedly resort to unsafe alternatives because their families cannot afford menstrual products.
People are using leaves, people are using sand, people are using dirty clothes, and then this is also affecting their mental health and well-being. If you find a girl who cannot afford the card, what next? Some of them have gone on to seek for sex for art. We have seen the campaign last year for sex by fad, where girls are going in for older men just because they want to get money to get a fad.
Research indicates that only 35.4% of schools provide sanitary pads to learners, while more than half of female students are dissatisfied with the privacy, sanitation and water facilities available in schools.
We have realized that in some parts of the country, we see that there are girls that when it comes to menstruation, they dig a small holes somewhere, and the person spends that time sporty during the days he or she spends in the menstrual period. So realize that that action has impact on someone's health. Even anxiety, the stress that you put on a person just because she's menstruating, and it's also connected to our norms, whereby we keep menstruation something very, very private.
As a result, about 27% of schoolgirls miss classes at least once every month due to menstruation. Stakeholders are urging the Ministries of Education and Finance to increase budget allocations for menstrual health products and expand the distribution of tax-exempt sanitary pads in public schools.
But also, as government at some point came up and said that they would try and look at the issue of the card. But now, if we cannot have these girls afford this pad, why don't they reduce the taxes on the pad so that the pad can be affordable? Because menstruation is not a choice.
You also need to look at having a friendly Uganda when it comes to menstrual health.
They also called for stronger community awareness campaigns to break the stigma surrounding menstruation, improve water and sanitation infrastructure, and integrate menstrual health management into school safeguarding programs to ensure every girl can learn with dignity and confidence. For UBC News, I am Sudat Kai.
In Uganda, mornings don't begin with sunrise. They begin with courage. One man, one factory that has refused to stay silent. With one spark of courage, a chain of prosperity begins. When one Ugandan stands up, the nation moves. Pearl Bank, grow, prosper.
Alo.
Ese mwami mukasa.
Mutyaneyo.
Yono broka.
Yenze broka wa mayumba.
Bangambye ne nyumba za mwenunjiko.
Kituufu. Oyagala bisenge bimeka?
Nga bisatu.
Ebbeeyi bagigambye?
Bangambye saa 5.
Nedda ssebo eno zaali nnyamuuko.
Lwaki?
Anti langi gye tusiigisa ya mulembe, anti ne value y'ekitundu yalinnya.
Musiigisa ki?
Global Paints.
Mutya?
Ku ceiling tukozesa Global Mat. Ate munda ne tukozesa Global Silk Vinyl.
Singa kwetaaga wabweru.
Wabweru tukozesa Global Weather Coat Emulsion.
Kusiiga gye musiiga? Ogwo omutindo ogusasulira essente zonna.
Guli wumite.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todwang, on behalf of the NRM National Chairman, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, congratulates all NRM village chairpersons and Women Council flag bearers who were elected to contest in village elections. In the same spirit, the NRM Secretary General reminds all party supporters across the country to note and massively participate in the following important activities. On Wednesday, the 22nd of July 2026, all NRM supporters are reminded to attend barazas in their villages for final mobilization. On Thursday, the 23rd of July, women above 18 years are to elect women council committees in all villages across the country, while voting for village chairpersons will take place on Tuesday, the 28th of July 2026. Please note, all flag bearers of NRM, LC1 chairpersons and women councils are reminded that from the 11th to the 14th of July 2026 is their endorsement by parish registrars, while nomination by the National Electoral Commission is scheduled for the 15th to the 19th of July 2026. We have seen what peace and stability under the NRM government can do. Vote for NRM flag bearers. Vote for progress.
Introducing the all-new Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend surfaces. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. We continue with UBC News tonight, and from the business desk, the Africa Center for Energy and Mineral Policy, in partnership with Enabel, the Uganda Association of Artisanal and Small-Scale Miners, and the United Nations Development Program, has convened the 6th Grade Lex Mining and Energy Transition Conference held under the theme Applying Business and Human Rights Practices to Improve Community Benefits from Mining Projects. The conference brought together government officials, mining experts, civil society organizations and community representatives to discuss responsible mining practices and sustainable development across the Great Lakes region.
This month emphasized the need for responsible business conduct, protection of community rights, and greater investment in the mining sector to unlock Uganda's economic potential. Speaking at the conference, the Executive Director, Africa Center for Energy and Mineral Policy, Don Binyima, called for a strong legal and policy framework to promote responsible mining while safeguarding the rights of communities affected by mining activities.
Government has now established the right framework. We are seeing a lot of investment coming in the gold sector. We are seeing a lot of investment and interest coming in terms of looking at the critical minerals that we have. This new legal framework is robust. It is anchored on the Africa Mining Vision. It addresses aspects of responsible mining. It has brought on board the issue of traceability, ensuring that the resources we mine are properly traced.
Business and human rights experts at Enable, Lucina Ntume, stress the importance of involving local communities in the mining projects, saying meaningful community participation and support for local enterprises are essential to ensure that mining benefits are shared equitably.
To teach them their rights, to teach them financial literacy so that when compensations come in,
they know how to utilize this money well and their communities become better, but also their land rights, how do they bargain well with these businesses, because most times the businesses are big. So one of the things that is being advanced under this project is supporting communities to do community development agreements.
Butcher John Bosco, the head Uganda Association of Artisan and Small-Scale Miners, highlighted progress made in supporting artisan miners, but appealed to government to ease restrictions that continue to limit their operations.
Bank of Uganda has started the local gold purchase program, and mainly from artisanals and small-scale miners. And our member associations that were licensed have won contracts with Bank of Uganda, and as we talk now, we have started supplying gold to Bank of Uganda.
Meanwhile, Kitigumu Resident District Commissioner Jimmy Segawa raised concern over the security of miners, urging authorities to strengthen protection in mining areas to ensure a safe and productive working environment.
It is important that conferences like this also tackle the issue of mining security, and such that we all play our parts in making the mining sector thrive and beneficial to Ugandans.
Deborah Namamonde, Aisha Musanya, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Deborah Namamonde. Lastly, the Uganda Securities Exchange has attained an AA independent credit rating certificate from ICRA, a leading international credit rating agency. The rating is expected to strengthen investor confidence in Uganda's capital markets by demonstrating the exchange's strong financial position and operational stability.
The AA credit rating places the Uganda Securities Exchange among institutions with a high capacity to meet their financial obligations, reflecting prudent management and a stable operating environment.
It also recognized our diversified, sustainable revenue base, spanning listing fees, trading commissions, depository services, market data services, and registry services. Importantly, ICRA also affirmed that there are no going concern issues whatsoever regarding this institution.
The Information Credit Rating Agency, ICRA, says the recognition is expected to enhance the exchange's credibility among local and international investors while supporting efforts to deepen Uganda's capital markets and attract more long-term investment.
To create organic growth of credit rating in Uganda. We are trying to grow the culture and everything that comes with it. That means corporate governance, financial bookkeeping, and the like. We hope that with this event, or we hope that with stats like such, we are able to have more companies or more corporates align to credit rating.
AA certification signals growing confidence in Uganda's financial sector as the country seeks to expand access to financing through the capital markets.
So at the capital markets, our responsibility is to create and maintain a regulatory environment that inspires confidence, protects investors, promotes fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and encourages innovation while safeguarding market integrity. So our presence today recognizes progress in Uganda's capital markets, recognizes the progress that we have made in Uganda's capital market.
The rating will enhance opportunities for strategic partnerships and position the Uganda Securities Exchange as a competitive investment destination in the region. Komagum Rogers for UBC.
That's all we had for you for this bulletin. For more news coming your way, do join me again at 10 p.m. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Stay tuned for more programming on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda.
UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
The parent is Tuliahewa Dixon. And the child is Tuliahewa Esther. Yeah!
Kambera ngweri gwete Kyomugisha ngo ishe watu yayebwa Esther wahangura school fees ngeni na hateja shana amashemero gonka MTN momo eberewo mbeni nyigasta igana kaga ni 5 sta munana 0 hash kushashura mwana school fees toko manyo muchisheri zagwije wanje ninga nchaka ngwasa kuzo wawe mwebare munonga.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, enendungu yakusabula. Mikono juu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
Hi, I'm Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, Vice Chancellor of Makerere University. I'm so excited that Makerere University has been chosen to host the East African Universities Debate Championships, which we are hosting from 26th July to 1st August. Debate is the biggest sharpener of young minds. I welcome you to Makerere University so that you can engage in these debates that will be addressing issues of our region and even beyond, interacting with your colleagues within the region. Welcome to Makerere University.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential.
With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
This week on UBC.
The Uganda People's Defense Forces has evolved from the National Resistance Army to a professional national army built on discipline, patriotism, Pan-Africanism and socio-economic transformation. To appreciate our gallant officers of the UPDF, Haruna Mtesasira presents a UPDF legacy program highlighting UPDF's role in Uganda's development, security and sovereignty.
We're doing some work for Ministry of Public Service, Posta Uganda. We're doing some projects for Kampala City Council Authority, some schools and health centers. We're doing a project for UNEB, Uganda National Examinations Board Center.
Join Haruna Mtesasira on UPDF Legacy Program as we celebrate our gallant officers' contributions to Uganda's security and growth. Catch us on national broadcaster UBC TV, YouTube channel Uganda Lero, and on TikTok UPDF Legacy. For advertisements and support, call 0787 367623.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information,
defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Good evening, dear viewer. It's a pleasure to be having your company. Thank you so much for choosing us. My name is Sandra Kahunde. We're coming to you live from Broadcast House, to be more specific, just next to the August House. I'll bring you a special edition as we look into the government introducing or launching a National Day of Cleaning. Well, when it comes to hygiene itself and cleaning, and seeing Uganda itself as a nation standing out to shine when it comes to hygiene, it's a responsibility that starts with you and I. It begins with each one of us, right from the comfort of our homes to the streets, to the cities, to the markets, to your workspace. Well, it is a responsibility that each one of us is supposed to take part in. And well, today government did launch the National Cleaning Day. We ask ourselves, you and I asking each other, will only one single day spark the tradition of keeping that cleanliness going through as far as a nation, Uganda, is concerned? And well, for this particular discussion, we want to look into the possibility or explore the role that communities, the citizens, leaders, what do they have to play in as far as this exercise is concerned. It's a National Cleaning Day, and it starts this very week on Saturday. I am privileged to be hosting a great gentleman all the way from the Ministry of Health, who's going to be taking us through this particular exercise. And yes, gender balance, I'm right here, and my guest is Dr. Daniel Chabayinza. Hope I pronounced it very well. He's going to be letting us know more about himself and his role in the Ministry of Health. He's a Director He's a Director Health Services, that is from Public Health. You're most welcome, Dr. Daniel, to our discussion.
Thank you, Sandra, for having me. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in to be able to have this conversation about hygiene and cleanliness in Uganda. Of course, you've said my name's right. I'm Daniel Chabayinza. I'm the Director in charge of Public Health in the ministry. I work with a number of colleagues in different departments, the different commissioners who are in the Directorate of Public Health, including Environmental Health, which is overseeing the actual environmental management and health cleaning days in the Ministry of Health. We also have other departments in the Directorate. Surveillance, we have health promotion, we do have nutrition, community health, to name but a few, labs and diagnostics, non-communicable diseases. Those are all the colleagues we work with in the different departments. But yes, today we are talking about cleanliness.
But we should, before we get to that, delve into our topic of discussion, we commend you for the job well done when it comes to the ministry, and like you cited out all the other departments that you work in and your center of focus. And we're still having the countdown go on in terms of the outbreak of the Wundwujo Ebola. And believing by the time it gets to the 41 days, no more cases registered. Just a brief one before we get into our conversation for the day.
I think,
how do we stand as a nation?
I think we're standing well. You know, on 16th, which is of Friday, the last patient who was admitted in our hospitals was discharged. That was the last Ebola case. And since 21st June, we have never had any positive case of Ebola. So this being a unique outbreak which started as people coming to seek care, we are actually Ebola free. We are actually Ebola free. In terms of our response, there's nobody in our health treatment centers. All the people who had been put on the contact list were all followed up. Even now, almost 40 days past the day when they were first contacted, the people who cured the first case, and now we are sure there's no circulation of any Ebola in our community, even if we were to count backwards. So I want to congratulate the Ugandans for being patient, being supportive, being prayerful. That one. We were able to see us here. And I congratulate the health workers who braved all the risks. It's a war. It's a biological war, so to say.
There are moments when you pause and also say a prayer.
Oh, all the time. And you
The
would
scientists
see
in
the
behind.
scientists, in fact, the day they discharged their last patient, you could see them singing and praising God and singing, "This is the day the Lord has made," as they saw out their last patient. It was such a breathtaking moment.
Well, getting to a topic of discussion, well, today, the National Cleaning Days, this particular campaign was launched in the Prime Minister's office by Honorable Nabanja. Now, our guest for the day is taking us through this particular conversation and getting to understand which days and how you can participate. But we ask ourselves, can really Uganda build a culture of cleanliness, and why is government coming in at this particular hour or this particular season and launching these very days?
Ugandans, we are good at building cultures. I can tell you one. Now there's a culture of reading Twitter, X, WhatsApp. We didn't have it many years ago, and it's now a culture. People can't communicate, can't take a day without saying, "You didn't check on me," without posting on their status. A culture can be built. So even National Cleaning Days is a culture which will take, as soon as people see the value, they will change the culture, they will adopt. Some people will be slow adapters will be there, but they will be the first people who will say, "This is the right thing we've been waiting for." And we've also seen that, as the Chinese say, the journey of 1,000 miles is started with the first step. Even just taking the first step to tell Ugandans, now we have paused, we are going to clean. And then everybody will say, what is it about cleaning that is so important? So we shall start telling them that, you know, in the environment, there's things which cause illnesses. They can be seen, others cannot be seen. There are things which can breed. Flies can grow where it's dirty and transmit disease. Mosquitoes can be stagnant in stagnant water, and this is what causes stagnant water. You throw your plastic bottle in the drain, you clog it, it backfills, you get floods in your city, the floods cause into stagnant water, and then you get an outbreak, either for cholera, for dysentery, diarrheas. So Ugandans will know that hygiene and cleaning is important. But even in schools, now everybody has been in schools, they know. We thank government for giving us UPE. Everybody understands what causes diseases, what science, how diseases are transmitted. So when people clean, they know we need to have clean particulate. They see the things which cause dirt, like the people cleaning the roads, people cleaning the drainages. But there are also the invisible dirt, pollution, fumes, dust, contamination of water systems. So all that has to be cleaned out. And also then we have to understand what are the kind of things we are cleaning out. Some is organic, it can rot away. Some is persistent, plastics, we can separate. That's the new culture we want to breed. That you know, you can separate what can be decomposed and use it as manure or put it in your flower pot, or the other can be taken away and recycled. So all these are going to come on. And I know that the culture of recycling also talks about the culture of keeping, sorting out the garbage, and that will create many, many learning points. Yes, so to answer the question, Ugandans are willing to learn. They have learned so many things, useful and otherwise.
And how will this be different from the other campaigns that you've been saying? How will this stand out?
So we've been having campaigns of what we call International Environmental Day. We go and clean. You remember how the executive director of Kampala went with us. We went to Kamocha. We cleaned the drainage. She was there with us with her trucks. That was a one-off. It comes once a year. But now what we are programming and what we are instituting in the Ugandans is that we can actually start cleaning on a particular day, at a particular time of the month. And everybody has it in their mind that, you know, even as I'm planning my activities, my proggies, my outings, my baby showers and weekend outs.
The fryers.
Yes, on this last Saturday of the month, we are going to be cleaning our environment. Then everybody will learn how to value their environment. You know, after I've cleaned, I don't want to see somebody making it dirty. I'll be upset.
So allow me to take you away from the streets of Kampala. I take you to the rural communities where we still have the open defecation. How will this initiative be supportive? Because we cannot deny
yes.
Those are still facts.
The fact is that 75% of the diseases and illnesses we get in Uganda are preventable. And some of the most known prevention ways is to have clean water, sanitation and hygiene. So when you talk about open defecation, there is a bad saying which I don't want to say here, where people think that since there is running water, I can put my fecal material and it flows away.
The what if, I had to ask which language is
I don't want to say it, that what you put in the lake, is you can never circulate the lake. You can translate it in your own language and you'll know where that comes from.
During the break.
And then we have communities which have had cultures which are changing slowly, that it's okay not to use a pit latrine during a certain season of your life. You know, those cultures are being shunned upon, and when you travel out of your village, you say people use proper latrines, they are clean. So, and government has encouraged people, the leaders in the community, the VHT now are going to inspect. Even long ago, there used to be health inspectors who would come to the villages. Health inspectors, I know you are still there. I said you used to be, but now we want to see you more visible, to see in a home. Do you have a cup washing stand, akatandalo, what we call in my home? Then you have a proper toilet where you know you'll go to the toilet, well dug, a minimum of 40 feet or 20 feet, 40 is too deep, but with a slab and a washable slab. Now we even have cleaner and more cheap options of slabs sold already in concrete. In my village, we also used to have what we call a makoko. You would get those planks of wood, put them together, cut and a rectangular shaped, and then that can be used, and put a shelter around. Also have a bath shelter where people go and bathe, not bathing, but bathing. So those are the things we want to inculcate. But even as people interact in Uganda, there's free movement. People are now visiting other villages and they're saying progress, progress, progress.
They're learning one or two things. Now I'm looking at this particular Saturday when all of us have to take part. It's a 3-hour hourly exercise. So I ask myself, will the businesses or tax operators legally be accepted to take a pause and take part into the cleaning? How is it going to be like for the businesses and the tax operators?
The business people must learn how to breathe. You know, my coach can say, take in a deep breath and hold it. For them, they'll feel they're holding a breath, but you won't die. I remember when we had COVID in this country, we took a breath. Everything came to quiet. So it's possible that the business people in my city will wait, will take the 3 hours, and the time has been adjusted. It's between 7 a.m. to 10. So 3 hours of intense cleaning. So don't open your shops early. Wait to put out the things in the market. Those who will have sold, like in the Nakasero market where they come by midnight, they're already transacting. Yes. So at that time, you'll take a break. We are all cleaning because we all contribute to making this city dirty, in our environment dirty, because as long as we live, we are contributing to the West. So as long as we are contributing to the West, let's also participate in cleaning. And in so doing, everybody else will learn to participate and clean. So the businesses or the taxis will stop, or the transport moving up and down will all stop, and we all clean. As we learn, enforcement will start kicking in. At the start, it's going to be voluntary. We are all going to be learning along the way, and we are going to see those who are quickly taking up the advice, and those who will be resistant, we shall help them to learn gently, but firmly.
So how prepared are the government, the local governments in coordinating the West after the entire exercise? Because this is not only going to be happening in Kampala itself. So the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Nabanja, when she was launching this activity, she gave a circular. And this circular details that every local government, every leader, every MDA, ministries, departments and agencies are responsible to participate and streamline and include cleaning as their responsibility. So local governments will be in charge of collecting and taking away what we've cleaned and put in a heap. Right from the LCs, I know they are going through their elections. So if you want to be elected, this is the time you're going to stand up and say, I participated in the cleaning, vote Nakato or Nachito, like the ladies have been voting today. But that's the best way to show that you are worth calling as a leader. And all of us will be calling everybody to come and participate. So local governments are in charge, town clerks and mayors. The letter was also, the circular was also given to them. So they are supposed to deliver and provide the materials for cleaning, and there's no additional budget from government. I think every department and ministry has a budget for cleaning, so just buy brooms, buy gumboots, buy gloves, go and help with the littering and getting your dustbins to collect whatever is in the environment. So you can clean in the schools have a budget for cleaning. You can clean in our hospitals. The hospitals have, and health facilities have budgets for cleaning. There is running water. We can scrub, we can clean, we can pick litter, we can sort the litter and help it be placed in the right place. That's all we are going to do. And we have seen people who clean. Let's go join them. We go join them as they clean. It's also to show solidarity and appreciation of the work they do, because they don't earn much by keeping our city clean. So government isn't going to provide more national funding for equipment to local governments for waste management?
I am sure the local governments have been planning and they know they generate waste. So in their budgets, there is waste management. We also know that there are taxes attached to certain things. For every plastic bottle or plastic importation you make, there is a small tax which is levied that will go back to help with service delivery or service tax in your community. I think that will come back to us because it's already been collected. So every department which has budgeted and does receive must put money aside to make sure they clean.
Okay. And then maybe just measuring, how will government measure the national cleaning days beyond just seeing who has participated and just counting heads? The local government has done well. In Kampala we are doing so well. Even the national broadcast has maintained the hygiene. How is government going to measure the success of this?
I think the measurement is not going to be a hard and fast rule in how you measure how you've used the working days or cleaning days, but there are things which are going to start becoming obvious. One, which leader participated? Because you all know who your MP is. Did you see them? So some people say, oh, on the cleaning days we've never seen our MP, we've never seen our minister, we've never seen our LC3 chairman, even the mayor didn't participate. That's the negative part of measurement. However, we are going to see the leaders being in the forefront. That's the first measurement. Secondly, we are going to start seeing the level of tidiness in the cities. I think we should be able to rank the cleanest city. When I was growing up, they used to tell me, oh, Mbale is the cleanest city in Uganda, until when I reached there. And we can now evaluate. But when I was growing up, it was known.
I also grew up knowing that Fort Portal is the cleanest city.
They told me when you go to Fort Portal, breathe in fresh air.
Yes.
And I was looking forward to bringing in fresh air.
You mean you did?
So, please, the people who are still providing fresh air and cleanest city, can we now have this ranked again? Because these are cities. Fort Portal is a city for tourism. So what do tourists want? Fresh air, evergreen, and a pristine, clean area. So let's go for that. Secondly, how are we going to measure? How have you streamlined your budgets? What is in the budget for the cleaning days? How are you spending it? Because if you're not spending on cleaning days, that means there's something lacking. So government should also, and departments and agencies should show us where they're cleaning. The cooperatives can show their cooperative social responsibility. The NGOs and the development partners here, they're going to fund, they're going to come and participate, and they're going to document in terms of output, inputs. So after we've known the inputs for the cleaning days, then we can see the outputs. Are we going to see less diarrheas, less flooding? You know, once we clean, we shall see less stagnant water. Malaria will come down in our city and in our neighborhood. People will not get diarrhea due to fecal material or feces thrown all over in Bovera. That will be in the past. What we call the ghettos will be a shining star, because I think they get a name from something. Why are they called ghetto? There must be something we can clean and say the clean ghetto. They can also be organized. They can sort their rubbish. So we need to change the narrative. And one of the things is having it clean.
Okay, well, we cannot deny that could be those who are big-headed. What earlier on you did mention, but you did mention it briefly. I'm just looking at the ones who will continue with the illegal waste disposal, and maybe they have not taken part to participate in this exercise. What measures are yet to be put in place for them against those who will not participate?
You know, the local government can come up with ordinances, because you already have a law, public health law, which is already effective. They can come up with statutory statutory instruments, and then there can be ordinances. You know, recently KCC enforced some of their ordinances on noise pollution. They are soon going to do that for littering. Remember when they said if they find you throwing rubbish out of your car, every car must have a dustbin. I hope my colleagues are still checking that the cars have dustbins. Thank you for that wonderful start. But we keep reminding you, why did you say that? When you've taken away people from hawking, one of the reasons why some streets are dirty is because when you have hawkers who are vending along the way and they're not able to clean up after themselves. I've seen people eating sugar cane. You clean sugar cane, you are making jackfruit on the way, and you put all this litter along the people we are cleaning. So we have laws which we can enforce, but we want by teaching people that what you're doing is wrong. Some people may not know. For them, after they are only looking for money. So in terms of trade order, we may tell them that your business is creating litter, damaging the environment. This is not the way to go. A clean environment means you work in a specific place, you know how to put away your rubbish. You don't actually have to prepare your sugar cane as you do on a chigali on the road. That is, with all the flies swarming around, that is so disgusting, I should say.
Well, for the viewer who has just joined us, it's good to know that you're watching the national broadcaster, and we're coming to you live from Kampala around Nile Avenue, just next to August House. My name is Sandra. Our guest for the day for this particular special edition is Dr. Daniel, all the way from Ministry of Health, Director of Public Health, and we are talking about the launch, the campaign that was launched in the Prime Minister's office today, that is Honorable Robin Anabanja. That is calling upon all Ugandans from wherever you are to take part in the National Cleaning Days that have been launched, and they start on the 25th, this very Saturday. So wherever you are, you take a breath, have a breather for about 3 hours and do some bit of cleaning. Well, having a clean Uganda, it begins with each one of us, right from the comfort of our homes as we move to the streets and go to the places where we work. Well, our guest for the day is giving us this particular conversation, but just wanting to get the facts right. How does this initiative contribute to Uganda's broader public health and development agenda, including Vision 2040 and the National Development Plan? I'll just push it to Dr. Daniel.
Yes, thank you very much. You know that our Vision 2040 talks about a productive, healthy well-being of the people, for us to have economic growth. But being in a dirty environment with poor sanitation and hygiene does not mean there will be health and well-being. So if we are going to make sure we attain that Vision 2040, people must be healthy, must live in a healthy environment, lesser sick, more production. Because every hour wasted in treatment on a disease which was prevented by just being clean will be in the right direction to make sure that we're working. And also in the circular which people are able now to read and see what we're going to achieve by having a clean environment, is that people will live healthier life. There will be a decrease in the number of people who go to seek care in health facilities because of these preventable diseases. Cholera, malaria, diarrhea, even you talked about Ebola. You know, if we don't handle medical waste well, we can also cause diseases. If we let dogs loiter around eating beans, and once there is an outbreak of rabies, there will be an rabies outbreak. You know, when we are talking about bed bugs, a whole community talking about bed bugs, that's a sign of poor hygiene. Lice.
And there's a way those particular conversations come in at the same season. In every area they'll be talking about the same lice. The next season you hear about bed bugs all over the place, even in the taxis. I don't know how it happens.
And soon you'll hear jiggers.
That the outbreak comes in that particular season and in every angle. Okay.
So now we see the value of cleanness.
Okay.
Clean body, clean mind, better health.
And what role will the rest, because since it concerns all of us, looking at how the other committees will be involved, what role, for example, are the schools, our leaders, how are they supposed to be taking part in this campaign?
So for the schools, first of all, the schools have an environment. Their teachers and students always do this cleaning. At least in my boarding school where I was, we would clean every Saturday after morning trot. 1 hour of the morning trot, 6 to 7, we are jogging, we are doing physical exercise. Then we go back and clean our compound and environment. So the schools should get brooms and also participate. Some schools which are day schools may also organize themselves to clean as a method of teaching the young learners that being in a clean environment is useful, and it becomes a discipline. So you were asking whether Ugandans will catch up. Once we do something repetitively and over, it becomes a habit, and once it becomes a habit, then we shall be known as a cleaning country, a cleaning. You know, we are known for prayer. For every meeting I go, at the start of the meeting we pray. At the close of the meeting we pray. So people, when you go outside this country, say, oh, Uganda, the praying country. In meetings they pray. Now we're also going to be known for cleaning. Oh, you know, when you go there and it's the last Saturday, they will be taking time off as a nation to clean. Let us be known for the right reason.
Well, Kampala, we all know that Kampala collects only about half of what it generates on a daily. How will this bridge this particular gap?
Kampala will come and tell us. I'm not so equipped with how Kampala is going to manage, because
okay, on the other hand, who is going to be held accountable in case Kampala this fails to be
implemented? Okay.
Yes.
And I'm being gentle. I'm being gentle because I live in Kampala, and the leaders in Kampala city authorities are my friends, and I work close side with them. We've been working and battling these outbreaks together because it was in the city. Kampala, well done. Kudos for Kampala. Now that you've come to the end of Ebola outbreak and you've been doing a lot of running, now we are going to change focus to the garbage. If we only collect half of the garbage generated, that means the rest keeps piling and piling, and once we get rains, it is swept into the drainage. Once we get rains, it causes clogs in the drainage and it may flood. And you've seen people complaining about flooding. First of all, the building order must come to where it should be. People leave the spaces needed. The drainages are now being corrupted. The recent drainages I see are underground, and they are huge culverts. I like the new designs for the roads. I am excited that better things are coming to my city. All these people who are pouring things on the road, on the garbage, the drainages are covered now. There's been nothing to flow. It will be storm rainwater running smoothly. So we are able to see who was being littering. But the rate at which we take away the rest of the garbage, Kampala must design methods, and I think they know, and they will overcome. I'm confident they have a journey to go, but they have already started. I've seen I've seen the executive director working with their director for public health, working every weekend, encouraging communities and working with them. It's very positive. I like it.
Well, I like the confidence, and as far as that is concerned, we shall also be expectant as Ugandans that in the first 6 months, at least, of implementation of this particular initiative, we shall be able to see results, register results. What do you think?
I love results.
Are you expectant as me?
I am expectant. I'm full of hope, and I'm supposed to be part of the people driving that change we want to see. So I'll come back to be assessed as well. What have you done? Yes.
Amazing.
We are open to being assessed. There's a lot of energy in this Chisanja No Sleep.
No sleep.
So we may see the No Sleep teams also coming up and waking us up quickly.
So should we say we should all be optimistic that this initiative will become a national culture similar to voting itself, or the campaigns of immunization, such conversations going through?
So this is a method of preventing ill health and promoting wellness. A clean environment will give us better results. Clean environment will make sure the water we are taking is not contaminated. Clearing rubbish will prevent people from burning in open fires, which pollutes the air, and then people have asthma, have coronary heart diseases, all the things which contribute to bad health. So probably even the people who come up to health facilities will reduce over time. So clean environments, clean air, and clean water, and non-contamination, and good fecal disposal, and not just passing urine everywhere you pass and you cause all that stench. It's part of cleaning the environment. And I'm also calling upon people to construct more public toilets, clean and well maintained, because that is also promoting part of the cleanness. Even if we have clean paved roads and there's nowhere for people to go and ease themselves, you are going to create pressure on them, and they will be forced to use alternative means.
Well, we shall not talk about the men itself when it comes to that, because the men are good at.
When you have to go, you have to go. That's the problem.
Oh, well, maybe for the viewer who has just joined us might be wondering, we're talking about cleaning, National Cleaning Day, and they do not know when this campaign is yet to start, and which specific days are we supposed to be taking part in the cleaning?
So the start of this campaign, first of all, it was launched by the Prime Minister today in a press conference in our offices on Saturday, 25th at 7 in Chisenyi. Her Excellency, the Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Olupo, is going to lead us in the cleaning exercise. We are excited to be there. It's going to be a public display of all of government coming together to say we are launching National Cleaning Days. Cabinet endorsed the process we are going to do. It's part of the pronouncement of government. So we are looking forward to receiving everybody to clean. Those who can come to Chisenyi, come and we clean. But everywhere in the country, we are going to stop and start cleaning. So from your simplest, closest neighborhood, that's where you're going to clean from. I'm calling upon my neighbors, let's get out and clean.
Okay, what will government, how will government deal with the communities that lack the waste collection services? Now that we were encouraging people to make sure at least we have those laboratories going in and constructing more latrines, but how is government going to handle this?
Government has been giving some grants for people to construct cheaper alternative toilet materials. There were projects for safe water and sewage management. I remember we recently launched one project in, I think it's Iganga. But just to say, if a community does collect garbage and it has no ways of disposing it off, we have city mayors or town council, town clerks, they will be responsible. At least let's take the first step to collect all the garbage in one place. And then our next resource will be, how do we take it to the right disposal point? I know people come in my community and collect all these plastic bottles every morning, and then they come and collect all this steel waste. So there is some waste which is being repurposed and usefully. So that's also taking away waste because they are going to recycle. So now we also need to tell people and teach them every home must have a bin where they segregate waste. Waste segregation will be one of the key steps in managing waste. Because you know, some of the waste can be put in a garden and used as manure, but some is so persistent that when you mix it with everything else, it cannot be cleaned. So what will government do? Government is going to teach people how to segregate waste. I think it is also a good time for us to start giving different colored coded dustbins. The way we do in the health sector. We have blood or contaminated waste, dangerous hazardous waste, all given different codes. So in the hospital, you see that we don't add every waste material. Oh, you've not been there. Don't worry, that's where we work. But also, that's a way which we can transfer from the hospital where we do it so well. Our contaminated, our sharps, and other waste are not all put in the same containers. That gives us that we only handle specific waste in a specific manner and an area. When it's contaminated, can cause infection, we decontaminate before we dispose. Others is managed as normal waste. Others can be taken for recycling. Offices can do the same. You don't have to dump the papers with the bottles, with the decomposed material from the bananas and pineapples we eat at office. We can separate all that out. Some can be taken for shredding and reused. You can make mattresses from used paper. You can make, we can recycle the kavera, and the bottles can be put into pallets and used for other things. Even agriculture, rubber tubes and tires can be repurposed and do other things, or can be used to make building materials. So the more we understand how to separate and manage our waste, the more usable things we can get. Even compost can now be used and sold as fertilizers or making biogas for cooking. All that are cleaner ways to use and manage our waste.
Okay. Maybe before we let you go, a few minutes to the top of the hour, we have Sharon on standby. She'll be giving you updates as far as a newscast at 10 p.m. is concerned. But before we let the doctor go, just how will the technology and media support the monitoring and the public participation?
The media and the technology. You tell me. I don't know. I don't know. This is your field now. Tell me, how are you going to help us?
Because I mean, it begins with each one of us, right from the comfort of our homes to the streets and wherever we go. So we're all supposed to take part. How would you wish us to come in and support? Okay, my wish, we are all fans in taking good pictures of what we are doing and posting. So can we make it sellable or sexy to say, I'm here cleaning? Put that on a chart, post that I'm here cleaning my environment. That's one way to promote it. Everybody has a smartphone, at least the youths have, thanks to their parents who are giving them the dime. But yeah, we can use it for positive reinforcement knowledge. Let us feel proud in posting our participation in this activity. And let's make sure there are no cars moving, because those will be, if we all let all the boda-bodas ride in the morning, then everybody will stop using the taxi and they get on the boda-boda. So I'm calling on the boda-bodas, also you take a breath. My boda-boda guy, let's clean. I'm coming, Mr. Siranga, to clean with you. He's my boda-boda guy. So no movement, we are going to clean with you. Well, finally, from you to the viewer who is watching tonight, what message do you have for them, the Ugandans out there? What should they take away before we start the very first National Cleaning Day? The message to the Ugandan is that
organisms are in the dirt we live with. And we can clean away the dirt, and so goes the infectious organisms and infectious material. Cleanness is good for our bodies and our environment. So when we are clean and our environment is clean, we are going to live longer and a happier life. People keep telling others, oh, there's a rise in cancers, there's a rise in this. Is there a rise in rubbish? So you ask them, oh, we never saw this long ago. There was no pollution. People were not throwing rubbish. They were not eating on the road and throwing. I mean, etiquette has become a precious, it's being reduced to only a few. So my message is, as we wind up, let's all participate. Whatever small little thing you can do, it will gain, and the tendon will take. Like, you know how soldiers march? If everybody keeps the rhythm, even if it's a small march, you'll hear it becoming a thunderous sound because everybody has joined. So let's keep that in mind. Even if I tap to one, and everybody keeps tapping, even if it's so small, the volume will, the vibe will go, the volume will continue, and then we shall see massive progress as we clean our environment. And then we shall go home and relax that Uganda is cleaner and healthier and more prosperous.
Okay. Well, amazing. A conversation we've had for the night, a special edition that came your way from the hour of 9 up until now. Thank you so much for making time and always choosing the National Broadcaster. It's been a pleasure spending time with you, and as well as our guest for the day, Dr. Daniel Chabayinza. Thank you for making time. Greetings to the Minister of Health. Commendable job when it comes to the Wundibujo Ebola virus outbreak. And we thank God for all the work well done.
I'll take on the messages to the Director General Charles Solaro and the Dama Permanent Secretary Diana Twine, who were key.
Tell them the National Broadcaster sends their love and greetings. Well, as Ugandans, let's all take part this Saturday from the 25th. 3 hours, take a breather, be part of this particular initiative. Having a cleaner Uganda does begin with you and I, from the comfort of your homes as you get to your workplaces, to the streets, to the towns, to the markets, to different places. Remember, you're supposed to take part. It is a single day in a month. Every last Saturday of the month, you taking part. This can develop into a culture and a tradition for us to have a clean Uganda, to be safe, to be healthy, and you know, have a great environment to nurture our children, and a greater economy as we move along. And salute to the Prime Minister's office, Honorable Robin Anabanja, who did launch this particular campaign as far as today is concerned. My name is Sandra Kahunde. In a few minutes, you'll be having Sharon giving you more updates as far as news is concerned. We love you. God bless you. Thank you for watching.
We really love you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages,